So today is my final day in Chiang Mai, and I've been manically packing my bike into its bike box, and it hasn't been wanting to fit. So I'm not sure if it wants to leave or not. But I've just about got it in there, and I rushed over here to the mall so I could do this live stream and show you some footage from this morning. So this was my last time up Doi Satep, and I wanted to give it everything I had left in my legs. After 3 weeks of cycling in Thailand, the fatigue level is high, but I still wanted to give myself everything I had left and leave it on the mountain. Wow, we got so many questions coming in, or like so much chat. This is good, man. Haha. All right, good. I think we're set up now. So this is Doi Satep in Thailand, Chiang Mai, and the segment is about to start. Is that it's I think how long is the climb? 10k, 6.9 miles. So the segment on Strava is just about to start here. And the annoying thing is the beginning of the segment is a very steep hill. So you really want to try and take it easy on this first bit so you don't redline it. My tactics for this time trial. So I'd already done a time trial before this one because this was my last day. I wanted to give everything. So I did a time trial before this one, and it went all right, but I wasn't pleased with the results. So I decided to tweak some things, and go and do it again. And so this is the result of the second TT. The first one I did was like 35 minutes and 306 watts or something for 35 minutes. So we got some questions. Let's have a look at some questions. So Christopher Hansen says, Christopher Hansen says, can I do a wheelie? No, I can't, Christopher. I would like to learn how to, but not yet. I need to go to the Peter Sagan School of Wheelies. I would like to learn how to, so that I can celebrate any kind of win. I can do endos, yeah. Endos are easy though, you just put the front brake on and try not to go over the handlebars. Alright, so the tactics for this TT were to do a negative split, which is to go easy in the beginning and then halfway give it everything else that you've got left in the tank, which is what I was going to do with this effort. And also I was going to, in the first TT that I did up here, I was spinning too much, if you can believe that. If you can believe that spinning isn't always winning, then that was what I was doing, because this time last time I think I had it in too low a gear, spinning too much and not getting enough watts for how much I was spinning. And so instead, I changed up the gear this time and lowered the cadence and just pushed harder, which had definitely hurt more, but it didn't raise my heart rate as much. And the thing that I was finding, especially here in Thailand with the humidity, is that when you're spinning like a really high cadence, my cardio, I don't have as much cardio as I do back in England because of the humidity, and I need to really work on not maxing out my cardio. So I'd rather have my legs suffer in pain than try and spin really fast and raise my heart rate and redline. So this was just something interesting that I've never had to do before, because I've never gone full gas up Doi Satep like this and in a climate like this. And I found that pushing a lower cadence and just suffering more in my legs worked better. So because normally I spin up a climb like this at like 105 to 110, but that wasn't really working for this one, because it would just keep maxing out my heart rate. So we've got some questions. Can you subjectively compare feel of stroke in road shoes and mountain bike shoes? I'm not sure. I actually haven't ridden a pair of mountain bike shoes in a long time, so I wouldn't be able to know. But yeah, this was this was at like 6:30 this morning, so I tried to get out as early as possible so that I could, so it wasn't so hot. Because the hotter it gets, the more humid it gets, the less cardio I seem to have. But yeah, this time the other thing was the first TT I did up here, I wasn't properly warmed up, and it seems that it took a full gas TT, an entire full gas TT for me to get warmed up, and then go descend back down the mountain again, and then come back up again, and this time have a better idea of exactly how I should pace it. So this effort here was much better paced than my first one, and I think what I'll do a live stream when I have proper Wi-Fi and I've got everything set up and I'm not in a panic trying to pack my bike into a bike box that doesn't fit. I'll do a comparison of my effort where I had a really high cadence and my effort, this effort here where I've kind of lowered the cadence a bit, and you can see the power differential. So we've got a question. Let's see. So Christopher gets the same sensation. I get the same sensation. A slightly bigger gear at 80 RPM helps me produce a bit more power, but I can hold that power for a shorter period of time. That's interesting. Because the thing was, I mean, the thing is here, I'm still not pushing my maximum power up this climb. Like my maximum power up this climb, I would say is something like 340, 350 for half an hour, and the maximum I've pushed up this is like maybe 316, which I think which is this effort here. And that was difficult because I don't know, there's just something with my lungs just doesn't let me have the same capacity as I would have back home, and I'm guessing it just must be the heat and the humidity that I'm just not acclimatized to yet, even after 3 weeks. So I'm not sure how to say it. Ovinchicek. He says that a mate of his is telling him that a bigger platform on road pedals is more efficient for power transfer, but I doubt that it has. Yeah, see the thing with that is, why would somebody come up with speed plays if the fact was that a larger surface area on your pedal meant better power transfer? Because speed plays are so tiny, you know, you would think that maybe that wasn't the way to go, but you know, a lot of the pros ride them. I think Chris Froome rides them, and Bradley Wiggins does, or did. What's the elevation in Changos? I think it's only like, it's not much. I don't think it might be 300 meters, or maybe it's 1,000 and so. Do you know what the elevation is in Chiang Mai? Like above sea level? Do you know what the elevation is in Chiang Mai above sea level? We'll have to come back to you on that. I'm not sure. It's nothing that is going to mean that you're going to become. It's nothing like, you know, what do you call it? A climate tent. You know, it's not like going to somewhere like Colorado. You don't get the same benefit. It's not high enough. So Dave C asks, oh, and Negev says speed play equals the best. Yeah, I like speed play. I've got speed play. Yeah, I think they're great, and they don't weigh very much, and I've never had a problem with them. The only thing about them is they're a bit of a faff to maintain. But yeah, I've recently got the walkable speed play cleats, and I don't know why they don't just come as standard, because they're so much better than the standard speed play cleats. But yeah. So we got a question. Dave C says he wants to know what's your 20-minute power and how much do I weigh. So I weigh, I think I weigh maybe 70 kilograms, and my best 20-minute power is 340 watts. So I think it's about 4.8 watts per kilo. I think that's about right. So what I'm going to do? The reason I'm doing these TTs up Deutsche Tech is because me doing these is adapting to climbing, and I don't really have a climber's build, but I do have a lot. I have the power, but I need to adapt my body to lose the weight, just get lean, so that I can maximise my watts up a mountain, up a hill climb. And there's a particular climb in England called Crag Vale, which I've got a few videos on, and I want to go back there when I get back to the UK. And it's a 20-minute climb, and I want to push 360 up that climb for 20 minutes. So 360 for 20 minutes at 70 kilograms is 5 watts per kilo, which is my goal. So that's what we want to do. 5 watts per kilo for 20 minutes is what we're aiming for, and we're going to do that when I get back to the UK in a few. I think might be going there this weekend, so that'll be cool. Watch out for that. I'm going to film all that. But yeah. So Chiang Mai is 310 meters. Yeah, so nothing. So here in Chiang Mai, we're 310 meters above sea level, which isn't going to do anything for your cardio. You know, your adaptation to climate. What is the word again? I've totally forgotten what I've gone a blank on what those tents are called. An altitude tent. That's the one. Yeah. So it's nothing that's going to help you with that kind of thing. It's not going to increase your blood volume, being at 310 meters. You need to get above 2,000. I think it is something like that. What else? We've got loads of questions. Yeah, so Christopher Hansen is talking about pedals and power transfer and how the stiffness of the shoes. I think the stiffness of the shoes is what matters. The stiffness of the shoes and the stiffness of the cleats, I guess, as well. Stiffness in general. So I don't think it matters about the surface area of the actual pedal itself. It's more about how stiff your shoe is. And if you've got a carbon-soled shoe, then you can't really get much better than that. So lightweight, stiff. So the shoes that I've got are Bont Vapor Plus, I think, and Speedplay pedals with the walkable cleats. And the Bonts are wicked. So they've got quite a wide sole, and they've got BOA laces as well, and they've got quite a nice low profile, and they're black. Yeah, and Negev says about the Speedplay keep-on covers. Yeah, I forgot to bring those with me, but I will bring those next time. I'm going to do some bike packing at some point, and yeah, I'll take those with me so I can walk around everywhere. So Dave C says 4.8 watts per kilo is surely Cat 2, Cat 1 kind of power output. Yeah, I think it is. I think 4.8 watts per kilo for 20 minutes. 5 watts per kilo is Cat 1. So I just don't race. I might race at some point, but I think I want to get fit first. Know that I can get into Cat 1, start in Cat 4. Just because the thing is, racing in England is just so expensive. I need like a sponsor or something to help me pay for racing. Or you could help me pay for racing. Give me a super chat. Somebody give me a super chat so I can go race, and I'll film it all, and drop 5 watts per kilo for the entire race, for the entire hour. Yeah, the thing is, Negev says crits are crappy. So some crits are crappy, but if you just do crits all the time, then it can be a bit crappy crits. But there's a certain crit in Redhill. Is it Redhill in Essex in England? And it's got an awesome climb. I've got a video on it. It's like the one race that I've actually got a video of on this channel. And that hill makes for really interesting racing. It's a really good track, and I wouldn't call that crappy crit. We've got loads of questions coming. I'm just going to read through some of the comments. Keep asking questions, and anything you want to know about this TT, me, the channel, anything, whatever you want to know. And all right, what we got here? Bitch of Living Bra says my local climb is 0.7k at 10%, more than enough for me for now. Yeah, I think a lot of my climbs near me in London are about that, and I've learned to train on them to train for these kind of mountains. Training on 0.7k 10% hills, sprint hills, to try and get good at mountains. You can do it. You can do it. Just be thankful you've got hills, in any kind of hills, because a lot of people, like there's a guy here from Florida who he's going to go back to Florida, and he feels so kind of down that he's not going to be able to to train hills anymore. I think someone was saying that in order for him to like train on flat, he'd have to like push 400 watts for an hour or something. What Carb Climber says, what's my FTP? My FTP at the moment, I think, is 330 odd watts, 38 watts, I think, 338 watts. Yeah, Dave C says Redbridge, Hog Hill. Yeah, I really like that course. It's really cool because it separates everyone out. Everyone can't just sort of ride behind people when there's a hill. When there's a hill, you can't just draft all the time. So that's a good crit track. But yeah, I think my FTP is 338 watts. And I pushed, for 2 hours, I pushed 312 watts. So Eric asks, what bike frame do you ride? I ride a Ribble. I've got the same Ribble I've had for like 2 years. I've replaced it. It's almost like a different Ribble now that I've replaced so many parts on it. But Ribble, I think they've changed the frame now, but it's an R872 or something. Very catchy. I know. Catchy. Yeah, I just liked it because it was just pure black and you couldn't see the logo on it. So that's why I got it originally, and it was light. What cassette do you have on your bike now, and what gear are you usually spinning? So on this climb, I found that putting it into the granny ring on the front, onto the 34. So I've got a 3450 on the front and an 1132 during this TT. And the full range of using the 32 on the front, the 34 on the front. Sorry, using the 34 on the front, just keeping it in that all the way up this mountain, with the 34 on the back works fine. And I very rarely even go into the 34 until I get to the very top, where there's like a really steep section that goes up to like 18%. But when you're going full gas, you don't really need the insane mountaineering gearing. The mountaineering gearing. So here in Chiang Mai, I brought with me a 40 cassette and a road link and a chain whip and the tools you need to remove it. So I've been switching between an 1140 and an 1132, and it's worked really well. So 1132 for the TTs and 1140 for the proper mountain climbing, like when I did Doi Intanon, which I got third on, ever. Doi Intanon hardcore backside, I got third on Strava. Do I do my own bike mechanicking? If so, would you do vids on that kind of thing in future? Yeah, I definitely would. I'm learning. I'm learning, and I'm enjoying it. Like, I didn't know before I came here. I didn't know how to switch a cassette, but I forced myself to learn, and I love it now. I love. It's funny that on the Doi Intanon ride, somebody got stuck, and they didn't know what to do. Their rear derailleur was bent, and I showed them how to fix it on the way up to Doi Intanon. And I wouldn't have known how to do that unless I'd gotten into a bit of the mechanicking, and I'm starting to really enjoy it. But I'm still a total noob. but I can switch out a cassette and make that work. It's all pretty easy, really. The only thing I don't do at the moment is recabling, which I should do. But the only thing is, on the Ribble, the recabling is a bit of a nightmare. And whenever I give it to a bike mechanic, they always like huffing and puffing and complaining after I've given it to them. So yeah, I'll have to learn how to do that one day, and then I'll make a video about it. So you'd like to see that sort of thing? That's cool. Yeah, and Thomas asked what bike do I ride? A Ribble. A Ribble. It's a UK manufacturer. It's just very black, but their Ribble are very cool. They have like a tool on their website that you can totally spec out your bike with everything that you possibly want. So I would definitely go and get a bike from them again. So Dave C asks, why is it easier to produce more power higher up on a climb than on the flat? What's the best, most accurate way of testing my power? So I'm not quite sure what you mean when you say higher up on a climb. Like, are you talking about on a mountain where it gets colder towards the top? Or so? I'm not sure, or like, if you could clarify a little bit. But the most accurate way to test your power, Dave, is with a power meter, if you've got a power meter. And they're starting to come down in price now. There's a power meter by a company called Watt Team, called a Power Beat, and it goes, it sticks on. You stick it onto your pedals yourself, and that's like $400. And it seems to be a bit of a faff. DC Rainmaker did a little blog review on it, and he kind of likes it. It's a bit of a faff to get it set up, but I think once you got it set up, it's all good. So I would have a look at that one, $400. But yeah, power meters, game changer. I'll tell you what else is a game changer. Riding with no socks. This whole time, I'm riding with no socks. All my TTs, Doyentenon, all the big rides here, no socks. No sock game is strong. And I'm telling you, because the thing is, before I was suffering from hot foot, and also whenever it would rain here, your socks would get wet and never get dry. But if you've got no socks on, it's perfect. Game changer. So yeah, try riding without socks, and you also get more grip. More grip when you ride without socks. Do you think... that's funny. Simon Quinn asks, do you think you could get up Doi Setep on a single speed bike? And would that make an interesting video? Yeah, I probably would. I've never seen anybody get on a single speed bike up Doi Setep. I know somebody who could do it, and that's Joseph Kendrick on YouTube. He would love to come up Doi Setep on a fixie, I bet. He's probably not watching right now, but if he does watch this video, yeah, you'd love going on a fixie up Doi Setep. The thing is, you'd probably get a really good time, because you'd have to keep up a certain cadence, or you'd just start rolling backwards. What power meter? Power of Life asks, what power meter do I have? I have a stages, a Gen 2 stages, for my 105 5800. So yeah, 5800 group set. So this whole time during the TT, oh, my legs are going dead. So this whole time during the TT, I'm trying to keep it, when I'm not looking at the power meter, let's say when I am looking at the power meter, as you can see in the bottom left corner of my power, when I'm looking at the power meter, I'm trying to keep it around 300 to 312. Because at the moment we're not even at, we're getting to the halfway point here, and so to do this negative split, I wanted to make sure that I was pushing around 300 to 312 watts. And then any part where there's a bit of a steeper bit and I nudge into 400, then it just sort of compensates for when I, like here, when I drop below 300. So it all sort of evens out in the end. Do you do, so Bitch of Living Brass says, do you do low cadence, high gear reps to increase your muscle power? No, I don't. I really do believe that what you do in practice, what you do all the time, is what you get good at. And if you want to get good at what you know works, and I know that spinning a high cadence, especially if I can nail 105 reps per minute, that usually gives me the maximum power I can for the longest amount of time. In England it does anyway. It can depend on your cardio really. Because me and Remy recently, carb doping, hashtag carb doping, check his channel out on YouTube. Me and Remy recently have been finding that when we spin to like a high cadence here in Thailand, it just maxes out your cardio way quicker than it would do back home. So tactically, it was good here to try and bring the cadence down. See, like here, I mean, yeah, the cadence has suddenly gone way up, but that's because it's a downhill section. I just need to spin up. But like, yeah, the 100, like 90 to 100, that's kind of where I want to be keeping it. But no, I don't do low cadence in practice to try and build muscle. I mean, the way you build muscle is just hills, just pushing up hills. Like you can still build muscle at a high cadence for sure, and you definitely can. I've not lost any muscle. I've definitely lost fat, but not muscle. So we've got loads of questions here. What's my P? So Thomas, he says, what's your PB up Swains Lane, and do you think you've got I can get in the top 10? So Swains Lane is kind of like an infamous climb, very short climb in comparison to this mountain. It's more of like a hill sprint, I've come to realise, and but it's quite steep. It's like one of the steepest hills in London. That's why it's infamous. But have I got what it takes to be in the top 10? The problem is that I need to lower my weight. Most everybody in the top 10 are like children because they weigh so little. They're just like skeletons. Like there's a guy I know who I think he got second the other day, and he weighs 57 kilograms or something, which is insane. And he was doing like 400 something watts. So I mean, I think I pushed 490 watts up it, but that's not. I don't think that's even got me in the top 100. 490 watts at 70 kilograms has not got me in the top 100 because I think it's just a hill. It's a climbers. You just have to be light. So if I could like waste myself away but try and keep my muscle, if I could still push 490 at 57 kilograms, then yeah, I would get into the top 10. But it's all about weight. Something like that is all about weight, because it's not really. It's also not about lactate threshold. It's all about your VO2 max. It's all about your VO2 max. A little short hill climb like that. Like if your VO2 max is high and you don't weigh very much, then you'll get into the top 10 of Swains, even if you're not that experienced. Because the thing is, something like this mountain here is so much of a different beast. Like there's people in the top 10 of Swains who wouldn't be able to get the sort of time that I'm getting up this, just because it's a completely different discipline. Yeah, it's not really to do with your VO2 max. It's more to do with lactate threshold and stuff like that, and technique. Mark says, thanks for the vids at a real crux point in my weight, and I've been really motivated by your bunch and of others. Looking at doing my first 100 mile on Saturday. Awesome, man. Awesome, Mark. Go for it. Yeah, 100 miles. Awesome. First 100 miles, you're going to feel so good after that. Even if you don't do it, man, you'll learn so much after you've done it. So do it, whatever. Even if the weather's shit, do it. Everyone tell Mark to do it. Dave C, triathletes, so much hate. Why do you hate triathletes? What's the matter with triathletes? And Christopher Hansen says, has Abdullah done Doi Satep? I think he must have done, because he has come to Chiang Mai 1 year, hasn't he? So he must have done it. I haven't seen him on the leaderboard though. He's a big guy though, isn't he? You know, this is a mountain, and you need to be kind of light, really. Do I ever do so? Power of Life asks, do I ever do any like cross training, like running? I would love to do swimming, but I just don't like swimming in chlorine pools because it messes with my eyes. But swimming would be really good because it's low impact and it's a really good full body workout, cardio. I would like to do swimming. Running as well. I mean, I need to get a good pair of running shoes. At the moment, I wear plimsolls all the time, and running on concrete wouldn't be very good in that. So I need to get some running shoes. But yeah, I would like to run up Alexandra Palace, my local hills, all the hills I do on my bike locally. I'd like to run up them while my bike's like out of commission or something. But the thing is with cycling, I like the speed. I like the speed of cycling, and yeah, I like going fast. I like going fast and whenever I'm running, I'm like, I should be going faster. Why? You get used to going fast on a bike, and I feel like I'm going so slow when I'm running. Do it, Mark. Yeah, do it, Mark. 100 miler. You got this. Oh, triathletes with no socks. I see. Everyone hates me and my sock game or my no sock game. You see me in those videos where I wear compression socks just to troll everyone. Because everyone hates compression socks. They're taboo. So I wear them. But yeah, no socks. Well, if it works, it works. Like if wearing socks just for fashion, and you get hot feet and you can't ride the epic rides you want to do in Thailand, then you're a bit silly. So wearing no socks is the way to go when it's so hot. Would Peter Sagan get the com? That is so. Carb Climber asks, would Peter Sagan get the com up Doisetet? So I guess it depends. Is it full natty Peter Sagan? If it's full natty Peter Sagan, yeah. If everyone was full natty on the Strava, I'm not sure what Peter Sagan's watts per kilo is, but he'd definitely be top 10, yeah, for sure. Because the thing, I mean, Chris Froome, yeah, he would smash it. He would smash it. Anyone with a high blood volume, really, and a good watts per kilo ratio. Is Peter Sagan like 70 kilograms probably? Yeah, he would get in top 10. Yeah, Vegan Victor. Yeah, nice to meet you too, dude. It's been a pleasure. Yeah, I'm flying back tomorrow to the UK, but the adventure continues. We're going to be doing lots of. I'm going to be taking my fitness back with me, and I feel like the fitness that I've got here, I've gotten leaner, and I've adapted to mountains. So things like Swains Lane are going to feel a hell of a lot easier, and even the stuff in Yorkshire that I'm going to go and do in a weekend's time, I think. That stuff's going to feel amazing. Like, I can't wait to go and hit Crag Vale in Yorkshire, a 20-minute climb, and just try and hit 360 watts up it, 5 watts per kilo. 5 watts per kilo for 20 minutes is my target up Crag Vale, and I'll make a video on that. Socks equals stops shoes smelling. This is true. That shuffle chat says socks stop stinks. Yeah, it is true. Especially here in Thailand when it gets so hot. So we're coming to the last 2 or 3 minutes of the TT here. We're passing the sign of the truck, having trouble going up the hill, and we're powering through. So I'm trying to keep my watts. I'm giving everything I've got here, but just saving a little tiny bit for when we get around the corner, and it's insanely steep. And there was a load of coach traffic up the hill today, which took a load of time off my effort. Hi, man. So around this corner, I'm ready to unleash. Oh my God, there's a massive coach in the way. Fucking Jesus Christ! Look, there's bricks under that coach, so it doesn't slip down how steep this hill is. So I don't. Yeah, the file hasn't caught up yet. Here we go. Look at the percentage increase: 13%, 14%, 18%. So now I'm just trying to conserve a little bit for this final sprint, where there's around this corner is the final sprint, and I made sure to get in the drops, out the saddle, Pantini style, sprinting for the line. Oh, that's a good question. Dave C says how to increase blood volume as well as power. Well, blood volume is power. Blood volume is power. Like Chris Froome doesn't have muscle; he has power through blood volume. And the way you get blood volume, the way that I get blood volume, the biggest thing I get blood volume from is my diet, eating plants. And today I actually bought some B12 shots. I'm going to do some experiments with them because I've been taking B12 supplement tablets, but it'd be interesting to see if these B12 shots that I got today that I'm going to inject make a difference, because that should increase your blood volume, and we can see what difference that makes in my power. But to be honest, you know, like if I could get rid of my chunky muscular legs, I would climb a lot faster. I would have a lot more power up these hills. So you can see my head bobbing in the top there. This is the final sprint up to the line. You'll see the line. I'm like giving it everything here. I don't know if you can hear on the audio. Let's turn it up. You can hear me. There you go, and that's the line. So the time I got today was 34. So solo, full natty bra, no stimulants, just eating plants. I got 34, and I pushed 316 watts. 316 watts for 34 minutes 30 or something like that, which I was really pleased with. The thing I was pleased with is that despite all the fatigue that I built up in my legs these 3 weeks, I was still able to push that, my best power for the time. Which I was, but yeah, I was going to regret it leaving Thailand if I didn't give it everything. And the thing that is funny, before these TTs, I always have like a sleepless night the night before, because I'm like, I know this is going to hurt. I know this is going to hurt because I'm going to push myself through my limit. And I did, but that's the thing, I'm happy because I pushed myself through the limit that I didn't even imagine that I could. I've got to look after Remy's laptop. He's left it there. Maybe I'll sell it. Is sugar full natty? Carb Climber says, yeah, sugar is full natty. Sugar is a nutrient. It's just it's your body's preferred energy source, which I keep saying because it is. Because you know, when you do things like Doi Inthanon, you realise that is true. Because otherwise, if it wasn't, then you'd be fucked in the middle of nowhere in rural Thailand. So, okay, Dave C asks, did you eat or drink on the way up the climb? Not today. Today was all about being as light as possible. And so I in the morning, so I had all my food the night before, lots of rice, potatoes, anything that needed digesting, I had the night before. And then in the morning, I had just some sugar water. Just put some sugar in some water, and also had a coconut nectar, which you get here in Thailand. Just sweets, but liquid carbs, basically. I had liquid carbs in the morning, just something to wake me up, get my metabolism started, and a beetroot juice. I had some beetroot juice as well. And then I just headed straight out. And that's all I needed, really, because this effort, at least the first TT I did, I will have been running on the glycogen that I had stored from the night before, from the stuff I digested, from the rice, from the potatoes. And so the sugar that I had in the morning was really just to get me started, to kick everything off. Let's have a look, we've got loads of questions here. So, Kat says, I don't think everyone hates compression socks as much as you say. I think people do hate compression socks. I think we should start wearing more compression socks. They're good, they work. You know, they keep your blood flow to your legs. Who doesn't want that when you're going full gas? But yeah, I want to do more videos on how to increase your blood volume, because I think that's massively important. It's like the number one reason why you should eat plants is to increase your blood volume as a cyclist. And it's why I wonder why more of the pros in the pro peloton aren't vegan, because it's been scientifically proven to be the diet to increase your blood volume. I don't know why they don't do it, so I'll make some videos about that as well. Yeah, see you, Power of Life. Thanks for watching. Appreciate everybody watching. Thank you so much for tuning in. We've come to the end of the TT, yeah, and if you've got any other questions, I'll stay on for another couple of minutes. In fact, there's quite a few questions, so I'll just read through them and then sign off, and I'll go and pack the rest of my bike into my bike box, go to sleep, and then get on a plane tomorrow morning. Let's have a look here. Questions. Have I always been high cadence, or did I ever grind as a noob? Yeah, I think I've always been high cadence. I think when I came to cycling, high cadence was the thing, and I enjoyed the feeling of my feet turning faster than I was going along the road, and I liked that feeling, and that's what I just kept doing that, and it felt good. Less pain for more power. Yeah, sugar is full natty. It's a nutrient. Did I drink on the climb? No, I had no bottles and stuff. It's not a long enough climb for me to be drinking during it. Because the other thing is, if you're drinking during a full gas effort like this, you're sort of interrupting your breathing. You know, if I'm reaching for my bottle, looking down, putting it in my mouth, you have to like synchronize your breathing with drinking the water. And so I was just like, I can't be asked with that. So I'll just drink lots of water beforehand. So best way to increase blood volume, George says, for a one-off effort is to taper. Yeah, that's a good idea. Good idea, George. George knows his stuff. So Eric asks, how long to get that kind of fitness? What, like 4.8 watts per kilo? You just gotta ride hills. Just keep increasing. Do what is difficult for you. Make that easy. So if hills are hard for you, then go and do hills, and just keep doing stuff that you find hard and try and make it easy. Normalize what you feel is hard, and you'll get the fastest fitness results possible. And then along with diet, you'll be able to like exponentially increase how fit you get in that time. You know, you'll be able to recover faster, so you can go hit hills more often. And that's how steroids work. Steroids, the way they work is they just allow you to recover the muscle to recover quicker, so you can just go out all over again and do the same thing. And that's the idea behind eating plants, is that, you know, I can eat plants, recover faster. You know, there's less burden on my body from what I eat, and I can just keep doing what I love, cycling more and more. So to answer your question, that was a long-winded answer. To answer that question, how long did it take me? Probably like a year of proper concentrated cycling. You like look at my vids where I do how I train to get Peter Sagan quads in a week. That kind of hours of cycling, like maybe like, I don't know. Have a look at those videos. The ones where I'm like, what I eat in a week, what I train in a week. There's loads of stuff to watch there. What should you eat to increase blood volume? Any leafy green vegetables. Leafy green vegetables, beetroot juice. Beetroot juice increases blood volume with its nitrate. Anything with high nitrate content will definitely increase your blood volume. But drinking beetroot juice consistently in a high concentration is proven to increase your endurance on the bike, because it helps it increases the efficiency of oxygen to your muscles with the increase of nitrates into your blood. But yeah, leafy green vegetables have lots of nitrates: kale, spinach. I try and eat a lot of spinach, which is something that I've not been able to eat here. A lot of leafy greens, because they don't seem to have it. Okay, last couple of questions. So last thing, George says, TT bars and skin suit would see you drop 30 seconds easily. It's not, to be honest, man. I've had TT bars up this climb, and it doesn't really work. You're not going fast enough for there to be an aero advantage. Yeah, you're not going fast enough. You'll be fine just with like just pushing normal. Not even in an aero position. Like the guy who's got the comm, I'm pretty sure he didn't have TT bars. Alright, I think that's it for today. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you all in the chat. Thanks for watching. Appreciate your eyeballs. And yeah, I will see you back in the UK. Thanks for watching.